First of all, we're going to take this extra few minutes and I'm going to go through all the comments. Lloyd, are we live?
We live.
Anthony, what's up? Venus, hey. E.T. Sanctuary, Greg, Wanda, Heavy Metal Chef, Anthony, D. Holla, Heavy. Man, it's the whole crew right here. Did somebody invite the whole gang? Hell yeah, Brando. Hey, BB. What's up, Russell? G Money, Najak City. God bless everybody on this chat because we need some. Well, and we're going to talk about all that, y'all. We're going to talk about all that. Gang, host, Josie, Anthony, Destiny Eagle Fly, gang, Sean, gang, Carlos, gang, Mike Fuller, gang, Russell, gang, Lloyd. 5 years? I don't know, man. Not 5 years. E.T. Sanctuary.
5 years for what?
Until something happens. Caesar Ray, what's up? Sean, what's up? Sean, you always stay on that XRP. Carlos, hey, what's going on? Wanda, yes, we are live. Heavy Metal.
Is you live?
Sandy. Bank and Barrel was popping. Us, baby. We is what popping. April and I have been talking now for what? About maybe a month and a half about this return.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And she told me that there's a lot of good, there are good YouTubers out there. Like, I know before I came off a little negative because I thought the disinformation was at a high. I still think there's a lot of disinformation, and that's why I'm coming back. I'm letting y'all know I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to do this every Thursday. We're going to do it at 7 o'clock, CST. And yeah, I'm coming back because I promised everybody that I could go away for a year and come back, pick up right where I left, and everything that we said came to pass. Oil hit zero, right? We didn't call this pandemic thing because no one called that. No one knew the world was going to get shut down. But there were so many things in Iraq that did hit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want you to get your news nowhere else. I don't want y'all to have to worry about, what this person says or that person says. Mr. B gonna get back on here and we gonna get back to this gang, what we started with, how we began, and we gonna make it happen every week. That's my pledge and that's my promise. I want to apologize for my absence. I think it's been far too long. I never dropped out of the Iraq game. I just kept it more on Facebook for people. There was just so much that happened. I don't want to make this a political discussion. I don't want to make this a biblical discussion. I want to make this pure and simply about the investments that we are in. We're not going to keep y'all an hour. This will probably be the longest one because we're starting early. But I'm going to try to keep these shows short and sweet to the point. I'm going to hit the highlights. I'm going to tell you what you're looking for, what you should be searching the news for to keep your mind at ease. You know what I'm saying? Give you some clues, things that I'm looking at. Yeah.
Did you post in Telegram?
No, I didn't post in Telegram.
Okay, do I need to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, y'all.
So one thing I want to know is, I want you guys to kind of show me, do you want more questions and answers? Do you want more information? How do you want me to do this that will utilize the 30-minute time frame that we're setting aside for ourselves? And y'all can see Daisy throwing her ball in the air.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
So, maybe we take Q&As on Facebook or Instagram, depending on what platforms.
Okay.
And then that every Thursday you'll have a list of questions to answer for maybe last week's show or this week's show, or things that people think of, in their spare time, or they might read an article and say they have a question for Mr. Brando. So I think it'd be smart to kind of make up a little feed, like questions for Mr. Brando on your Facebook,
right on. Okay.
or on Instagram. They can leave you comments, DM you, and say, "Hey, I got a question, Mr. B."
Yeah.
And you can address them on Thursday.
And then I'll shout you out having the question if you want it. Give you some recognition. And I want this to be fun, and I want it to be back to where it's not a pressure for anybody. There's a lot of great, interesting news, and I want to get to it, but I am going to wait till 7 o'clock. Yeah, big things are going down. Big things have gone down. I mean, a lot of people last year didn't really comment on the white papers the way I thought they should have. I'm going to get to that. Those white papers are inside of the budget. The budget contains the reforms. I'm going to give you a couple analysis, some ideas. Remember, I don't do dates, I don't do rates, But the reason why I'm coming back is on a time schedule that I'm looking for that I think is pragmatic because of the cost of oil. A lot of the gang that's on, oh my God, Heavy Metal Chef Dog, thank you, baby. Man, you should have just kept that for yourself, big dog. That's the best chef on YouTube. Hands down, best chef. Cooks better than I do, okay? This situation that happened where the world shut down was problematic, and it was also exposed a lot of fragility, for a lot of non-stability within Iraq's political situation. If you looked at them, they really didn't grasp what the gravitude of what was happening globally was. And when you saw that oil, and I joked about it, it's not joked, I said it was going to slip to zero. And I thought this is going to be the thing that's going to force them trajectory into the next level. It kind of messed up because what they did was they actually just didn't pay anybody. They just stopped paying everybody. And that really slows things down. You got to go to class?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just don't scare me.
Okay, I was like, if you got to go to class, you got to go. And Kathleen, it's nice to see you too. Sandy, nice to see you. So
I was just listening when you. I wasn't
gonna
be in my phone.
Okay. So the idea there is that Alawi wrote this white paper, and the white paper was gold. It was our as holders of dinar. This should have been the thing to say, if I'm gonna latch on to any theory about the Iraqi dinar increasing in value, then latch on to this theory, that inside the white paper, he said they have to have an economic reckoning. They have to adjust the value of the dinar. And I know a lot of people are saying, but they keep going up inflationary price, 1,500, it's floated at 1,600. But think about it. They've already told you, I don't want to give that bomb away too fast.
Okay.
That's a big one right there. I'm going to give it away, but I don't want to give it to you real fast. But inside of that, and what happened? They stalled on passing the budget,
right,
which stalled on what? Enacting the reforms. Because you had to have one to have the other. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? That's where I was like, wait a minute. This is massive. Where are those white papers? I got a copy of the white paper. I read it. I loved it. Everything they said was fantastic. They were spot on with what they need to do and what they need to accomplish within a reasonable amount of time that is not going to hold your investment up if they complete. And they put 2 provisions inside of the budget that I'm going to tell you about tonight that guarantee you that I can show you how they're going to pay for the HCL, and I can show you how they can accomplish Article 8 all in 2 swoops. Not a big deal. Okay, even Daisy's excited to be online. The idea about all of this is this. The dinar has to increase in value for a couple reasons. 1, for regional stability. 2, because it's an undervalued currency. And a lot of people say, oh, we know that. Yes, but you can't take an undervalued currency and then undervalue it some more. So you got to think about it in this type of words. What word have they been throwing out and throwing out and throwing out in the last 3 months? The word is float. They want to float their currency. So think about it pragmatically. If they were to float their currency and they were to drop the 3 zeros and they wanted to be at $1 plus, they probably wouldn't enter it in at that price. Oops, I'm giving away too much. Okay. The idea is that they're going to float. Okay, I got 4 minutes. I'm going to do this news. I'm going to tell you this theory, and then we're going to go to the next week, and I'm going to give you some more bombs.
What happened to your music?
I don't know. I don't even know where I kept it at.
DJ Khaled?
Yeah. I need to get another cord.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to play music and stuff on that one.
Okay.
And thank you for the comment about slimming down. Yes, trying to get up every day, hit them 5 miles, do our thing. Thank you so much for the compliment. It is 3 minutes till. Sup, Gerald? Denise, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. Oh, yeah. April, do you want to comment on Zion oil and gas cryptos? Let's go real quick. Someone just said, I shout out to Miss BB and Mr. Brando. Made more money from you guys this year. Zion oil and gas cryptos. Let's go.
Oh, gosh. I forgot all about that so long ago. Yeah,
Hey,
I made
James.
money off of Zion Oil too. Right now, am I supposed to tell my crypto portfolio? What
I
can
mean, whatever you
okay.
feel comfortable. I mean,
So the biggie for me right now is Cardano. They are up and coming, and I bought them a while ago, but I bought them relatively low, so that's a good one. And what other crypto did he mention?
he just says cryptos. Let's go.
Cryptos, let's go. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think there will be a pullback, but I want everyone to really think about what is the problem that these cryptocurrencies are trying to solve. Don't get all caught up in Dogecoin, um, because it really doesn't have a purpose. It's kind of all hype.
But check it out though. Doge is going live on Coinbase Pro.
It's already on Coinbase.
Yeah, should have been. Okay, it's on Coinbase
So
now.
they're already
Okay, they're
there,
pumping it now.
But what's gonna wind up happening is the ones that truly have a purpose will rise to the top. If you're looking for some quick cash and you got in on Dogecoin before it blew up,
Congratulations, you got a nice leg.
congratulations, get out. AMC, I didn't buy into it, but Mr. Brando did.
AMC all day. Buy it on the dips and ride it to the moon. Diamond hands, baby. I love it.
So I don't know if you heard the news that today AMC actually filed a form.
Me
what was it?
too. Yeah.
A Form 8K to sell off their very own stock. So I want people to be mindful because people are getting away from what the financials, the backbones of these companies and what they do and their their revenue, their bottom line, and it's all being kind of pushed by the Reddits and the memes out there. And I just think that if you hold on too long, you might wind up losing. So
get out of AMC as quickly as possible. If you got in like I did at 19 and hit 63, that is plenty of profit for you. Please be careful.
So AMC stands to make over 530 million from selling off their own stock. So I just want people to be mindful because you're probably going to see a decline in that stock. And really just, buy in what you believe in.
Do your research.
Do your research.
Do your due diligence. And remember, there's no FOMO. And the only person that can hodl investment is you. Okay?
And for me, many of my crypto investments have been long-term. Short-term ones,
Hey,
I'm
Sammy.
in.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm in and out, but Cardano is a 3 to 5 year hold for me. I think it will do exactly what Ethereum has done and better. So just be mindful of that. I think it's at $1.80 today. Like I said, I got in at 13 cents years ago. So just look at what these cryptocurrencies can do with the problem they're trying to solve. I'm still bullish on VeChain. There's another one called Matic. Polygon that's out there. So I got a few of them, but I don't want to take up too much time.
Let's run through this news real quick. So I told you in the beginning, and hey Sammy, hey Shani, or hey Shauna, hey Sam, hey Heavy Metal, shout out to you again. Anthony, everybody, shout out Marco, what's really going on? Now, I told you about the white paper, right? I told you guys that inside the white paper, and so I don't have to do a bunch of catching up to people that don't know. In the budget, Iraq said that they set the price per barrel per oil at $45. This is key, okay? Within the budget, for the very first time, they started two funds that the government controls outside of what goes into the oil and gas fund that we control and dish back out to them in dollars. One of them is anything above the price of oil. They collect 90% of those proceeds. 90%. On the other one, they collect 10%. It goes into two funds. Two funds. These funds are quite important because if the price being right now at about $70 or $65 or $70 per oil per day, they are making huge surpluses, which I'm going to show you in the news. And also, that money goes into their coffers. They only owe Kuwait $1.7 billion. That's basically, if you looked it into $500,000 payments, it's three. They already made one. They're about to make another. Third quarter this year or fourth quarter this year, they should have made the third. Now they have the money to execute through those two funds, two articles that everybody's most curious about. How are you going to have sustainable growth? Only if oil stays above $45 per barrel, they can achieve the HCL with that 10%. Okay? With that 90%. They can pay the citizens every year. Problem solved. It is done. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Out of the 5%, they could come up with $200 million easily, right? And pay off Kuwait. That is why I've returned. Because I am totally anticipating between now, fourth quarter, to see what the excuse would have to be as to why Iraq is not paying Kuwait. Because without paying Kuwait, I don't care who you are, even if it's me. If I come back on here and tell you something magical dragon has to do, no. If they don't pay Kuwait, their currency cannot be international. Right now is the most important time to make sure that they pay Kuwait. And with oil prices surging, and they will continue to surge as long as we don't have any more mishaps in the Suez Canal, and as long as the world starts opening for travel. Remember, all these people were saying, oh, vaccinations, blah, blah. The more vaccinations that happen worldwide, the more travel worldwide will open up. Hence, the need for gasoline and oil. Hence, Iraq will capitalize. Period. That is news. Boom, 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 bomb, bomb, bomb. That's why you're all in this, was for this moment. So everybody says, well, how are they going to pay the HCL? They never had a fund before to do so. Now they have it. Now, I'm going to read you these articles real quick, so I thought these were super important. A member of the Parliamentary Economy and Investment Committee, and his name is Kahafi, warned today, Wednesday, that the government and political forces are in danger of manipulating once again the exchange rate of the dollar against the dinar. They are stressing that involving the people in such adventures will put pressure on it, and the interest will not be of anyone. The file of raising the price of the dollar against the dinar, the government and political forces that were supportive of raising the price should stay away from this file and not seek it to risk its future. Meaning that you're at 1,500. It's sustainable growth. That's the way they were able to pay their employees. It's not really a big deal. They need to be able to keep everybody happy. And now, since Kirkuk is inside of the federal budget, at their 250,000 plus barrels of oil, well, really it's supposed to be 500,000 barrels of oil a day, they can substantiate the deal with the Chinese. That will help them build the Fawa port, and they will also be able to, once they're done with that, get major shipping lines inside of there to actually become the hub in the central region for what? The Silk Road. It all fits together very, very simply. Now, the political forces in the government are unlikely to have the ability, again, to manipulate the dollar exchange rate. With this sensitive issue, the existence of poverty and famine in classes of people, the state is unproductive and unable to control its resources. It is not investment and depends on one resource, which is oil. Therefore, guess what? They have to have the surplus go into a fund that cannot be manipulated, and they have to put it in two separate funds, one for the eventual paying off the HCL, which of course is at 90%, hence the 10% will be the reparations to Kirkuk. Now, I just mentioned the two funds and how they would pay for the Article 140. I just did. Iraq achieves monthly surplus for the first time. So remember, Iraq achieved monthly surplus of March of 2.1 trillion dinars. The first time since February 2020, that surplus was achieved. Iraq state revenues for the month, just of March, according to the Ministry of Finance, amounting to 7.2 trillion dinars of oil revenue, and amounted to about 6.1 in profit, with a total expenditure amount of about 5.1. However, the amount of what the Iraqi state achieved in the first quarter of the year was 17.3 trillion dinar, of which revenues amounted to 15.2 trillion, while expenditures amounted to 17.4. So remember, 10%, and anything above $45 a barrel goes into that fund. That fund is paid. We are good, because that means they're paying off Kuwait. You see what I'm saying? What else would they do? If they want to stop the total manipulation of the dinar, they simply have to pay the Kuwait and then free float the dinar against an unpegged, unchartered territory for anybody in the Middle East. We don't want them to peg to the Saudi peg. We don't want them to peg to the dollar. We just simply want them to free float it, and I'll tell you why in just a few seconds. Bahar Salih confirmed on Wednesday to a delegation from the World Bank that Iraq is moving forward towards the reforms contained in the white papers. Hence what I told you guys earlier. The white papers are the key to the reforms. hence the creation of the two funds, and also how they're going to pay their bills going forward. Now, the president received at the Peace Palace in Baghdad the vice president of the World Bank, groups of the Middle East and North Africa, and accompanying delegations. And during the meeting, importance of strengthening cooperation was emphasized. Now, we also happen to know that the World Bank also gave Iraq a big round of applause for having a GDP of plus 10 or minus 10. So they're doing what they have to do. The problem with Iraq is they're just so slow and just so plodding, it gets annoying. So you guys, we just got to be patient. We've got good things in the pipeline. Barack expressed his pride in the World Bank's partnership with Iraq and its importance, stressing the commitment of the World Bank to support the path of economic reforms that Iraq has embarked on and provide assistance in order to achieve our goals going forward. The former deputy warns, stop tampering with the exchange. These are themes that you will hear over and over and over. Don't think of it as monotony. Think of it as actually progress, because now they're actually starting to think with their heads instead of with their payments that they've been siphoning off from the oil proceeds for years, because now they aren't able to do so. Now, Thursday, the Parliamentary Finance Committee clarified the possibility of reducing the price of $1 in the next year's budget. Now, that's big news right there. They just told you, at first they said we're not going to do a budget, and by no means, if they do a budget when a new government comes in, do you have to do it. There'll be a new president, there'll be a new vice president, there'll be a new Speaker of the House, there will be new committees. It's like our government. New president comes in, he kicks all the old people out. So just because they're telling you they're writing a budget, guys, don't take it as they're actually enacting that budget going forward. Plus, with them passing the federation laws, guess what? They can only do certain things anyway. So don't freak out. It's not bad news. The ship is not sinking. Okay? It is far from it. Finance is now holding meetings to prepare the budget for next year, which stipulates that the budget will be ready in October. Why October? Because we know October 7th that they will be closing down the government for 3 days of election, and then we'll start this laborious process of trying to pick a new council. It will be very interesting to see how smoothly that goes once the old people are out. Okay? And it's going to be a more free and fair election, because you won't be able to have Iranian money flooding in, so your Malikis can't run, Jaburis can't run. Not to say they're bad or good, but these old heads won't come in. New heads will. With that new, remember, most of Iraqis are 30 and under. You're going to get a lot of youth. That youth is going to want to return to the days and the years of where they were, not where they are. They are unsatisfied with where they are, and that's why they protested during all of last year. So again, these things are positives. They are not negatives. So please keep that in mind. Cougar ruled out changing the dollar in this year's budget, at least explains. He said changing it at the rate was a decision dependent on oil. Again, they wanted to make sure they could fill their coffers as a war chest. Why? Because rainy times happen. Oil won't always be at $70. Some days it might be 50. Some days it might be 80. You gotta save up for a rainy day. First time ever this has ever happened, kids. This is awesome. And I said this, implementation of the budget is key. It contains the white paper. Again, the white paper have the reforms. The reforms are the way to fund the HCL, Article 8, and most importantly, pay Kuwait off before the end of the year. Okay? That's the news. That's why I'm super excited to come back, so we can start figuring out how much oil is sold. Take the 45 or divide it by 45 or whatever we got to do. Figure out what the surplus is that goes in those coffers as soon as they enact the budget. And guess what? Then the real countdown to the Iraqi dinar can begin. No doubt about it. Now, the one thing I got to ask everybody to do, please, I've never asked like this. I need y'all to subscribe. I need you to hit the like button. I'm not going to beat you up on it. And I need you to, more importantly, hit the notification bell. So on Thursdays at 7, we can get together and ride this thing to the finish line.
Look, Shauna already told them. She's like, let's get this to 100 likes. So she's on it.
Y'all, the likes, what I never explained before is with the algorithm of how YouTube works, The more likes you get, because I'm a smaller channel, guess what? That puts me to the top of the list as far as news and information for this subject. So your likes really help out. Thank you for those likes. And thanks for the criticism. If you come on here and say you're full of crap, thank you. At least you took time to watch the video.
Nicole wants to know where to buy XRP. You can buy XRP on Bittrex, Bittrex. XRP was delisted from Coinbase, so you can no longer buy it there.
Doesn't mean it's a bad bet. Just be careful. Buyer beware with XRP because they're going through some SEC challenges. I just would be careful with that. Oh yeah, it'll come back, y'all. The more we do, the more we're gonna be active, the more it's going to be seen, the more we'll get. I don't want to be greedy. I got to start from the beginning. I had to earn your trust once before, and I want to earn your trust once again. Yep, and consistency will be the key.
Gerald said LISX after all this goes down.
You guys, if you are not a part of the noble institution, please join. The Iraqi Stock Exchange is going to pay you for the rest of your lives. It's only 260 companies. If you want to just put in a couple $100, yes, it's a monthly subscription. But guess what? You also get all of the crypto ideas. You get all the stock ideas. You get the option ideas. We post every day. And not to mention the Iraq stuff that me and Megan post all the time. Shout out to Megan if you're watching. Thank you for all your continuous help. But man,
I have a crypto group out there, and I talk about up and coming cryptos. We have what's called sub penny cryptos. I just posted something out there about that and the top 5 up and coming cryptos. So if you feel like you missed the boat on some of these that have already matured, there are others out there. And then I also have a stock group. The stock and the crypto area I kind of manage for the most part. And I kind of put out there my portfolio so you can see what I'm doing, reds and greens, but hopefully more greens than red. And one stock pick right now I'll give everybody that I'm very bullish about is ChargePoint. ChargePoint signed an agreement with the government, I believe, for charging stations because of course EV vehicles are the next wave and people need places to charge them at. So look for a stock called ChargePoint. I think it's at about $26 today. And another piece of advice, because the market's been crazy, wait for the pullbacks. What does the pullback mean? A dip in price. Don't FOMO into anything. Just wait because the market has its ebbs and flows. Be patient. Be anxious for nothing. And that's it for April BB. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Daryl, listen. I ain't lived this long to let vaping kill me yet, and I won't let it. Trust me. I am trying my best not to vape as much. Sean, I don't do rates and I don't do dates. All I can tell you is that October 7th, a government is going to go away. October 10th, a new government will emerge. The bigger question for me right now is when will Kuwait be paid off? When will Kuwait be paid off? They just paid $500,000 last quarter. Next quarter's $500,000. We still got 2 more quarters to come up with $700 million. That's it. And we just read off they're having record months. And guess what? We're in the summer months. What happens in summer? Travel. People start to travel. That's why I know a lot of people are anti-vaxxers. I like vaccinations. Vaccinated people go on vacation. When you go on vacation, such to Europe, such to Orlando, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, guess what you do? You rent a car. You fill it up with what? Gasoline. The pain point of higher gas prices is only the fact that we are waiting for the dinar to reinstate and gain value. And if you join the group, and I posted the link in here, guess what happens? You join ISX or LISX group, you exchange your dinar one time, you get dividends for the rest of your life. Okay? That is a major accomplishment.
Shout out to Margarita. Sammy
Margarita.
D.
Shout out Anthony.
Sammy D. James.
I'm proud to say I'm vaccinated. I ain't worried. Because you know what? When everybody tells you about chips and all this other stuff, not to get nutty, you're already chipped. You carry a phone around everywhere you go. You're already chipped. Don't worry about it. We all wear these watches. We're chipped already.
What vaccine did you get?
Johnson & Johnson. One and done.
Yep, one and done.
And the other thing I want to mention, can I mention one thing that I'm kind of bully on right now?
Okay.
I'm kind of bully on, I posted it earlier, in the stock groups, my one stock pick that I've been posting, that every day you see something going up, up, up. Look out for a company called IWM. Look out for silver. Silver was a little down yesterday. Oh, those are ETFs. I'm sorry, ETFs. Look for SPY, QQQ, look for IWM, and silver. If you're looking at a nice ETF to get into, man, you will do well. Those things are hitting it on all cylinders. Oh, good to have you, Edna, Miss Phipps. Good to see you. Glad you're joining.
And you know, with the semiconductor shortage, this is what I wanted to ask you. Shouldn't silver rise? Shouldn't we see silver go up a lot more?
Yes. Yes. Silver, as many people have already stated, is being suppressed in price. But a lot of people don't know about silver. The Canadians made a deal. There's two places in silver that silver is abundant. One is in Mexico. There's a major silver vein. And there's also one in Sri Lanka. The one in Sri Lanka is the one that we're waiting for the other stock with, because that's the one with some other principles and characteristics that it has that we want. But what happened in Mexico was the Canadians went to Mexico and were going to mine silver, and they did. And something happened and they didn't pay their bill. Mm-hmm. The Mexican government confiscated tons and tons of silver that was not to be released, that was supposed to go to semiconductor companies in Canada as well as the United States. So I don't know what happened, but that setback really hurt silver, I think, because it's one of the most precious things in the world today because of semiconductors.
Dewan Cardano ADA is listed on Coinbase. So you can go into regular Coinbase and buy it there.
Yeah, silver, I did a silver option in the group. I did okay with it. I did way better on oil. I've done 2 oil options in the group. I've hit on both of them. So oil is always looking good. So if you really want to join a group that's out there that's really trying to have some fun, join the Noble Group, man, and buy some LISX stocks, because I'm telling you, once this hits, if you only have $1 million dinar, let's just say it goes for $3. I'm just giving a number. You made $3 million. If you buy in this group that you have hundreds of people joining, your $200 investment could pay you that back yearly. Look at the Russian stock exchange, and what they did is proof.
No, I haven't seen A Quiet Place 2 yet, but I want to see it, Sammy.
And that's what I want this channel to be about, having fun, asking questions. I don't want to give lectures. I want you guys to be interactive, get busy with it, and have some fun. What's up, Willie? We got 10 minutes left.
Well, we don't have to go the whole.
We don't have to go the whole thing?
No,
Okay.
15 minutes is good.
Okay.
And we started early, too.
Yeah, we did start a little early. So, y'all, we're going to cut it off here. I hope you guys have a fabulous night. I'm going to see you next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat station. Thank you for supporting the channel. Daisy says thank you, too. Thank you for hanging in there on this hiatus. Also, like, subscribe, and please hit the notification bell for upcoming events. Have an awesome night, y'all.
Bye, you guys. Daisy says bye.